I always remind my clients when they need reminding that you shouldn't, as a guy or as a man, young man, old man, middle-aged man, you shouldn't make going out and approaching women in public or in any domain, online dating, you shouldn't make that your main goal in life, and I'll explain why. It's a big mistake, a lot of men do it. I made this mistake as well when I was younger. And obviously, I guess it's a matter of opinions, but I'll explain my point. I'll teach you in this video if you're new to the channel. And I appreciate you coming on. And if you like the videos, I'm a confidence coach. I help men to overcome their fears, their anxieties, with speaking to women, people, and life. So I help men to build confidence. And it's a pretty simple method that I use, but it takes a lot of courage. And it's about goal setting, and then it's about facing fears. Another quite popular term is taking action. Probably a lot of you know that term now. That's become like a bit of a cliche term. But I was saying that many years ago. Facing your fears, taking action, actually being practical. That's how you gain confidence for anyone that is trying to figure out how to go about it. You write your goals down. Your goals will usually be your fears at the same time, and then you face them gradually until you overcome them. And through that process, you fail your way to success, as Les Brown would say, and as I say a lot, because you're going to fail at some point. You don't give up. You succeed, and you get confidence from the failures and the rejection. Anyway, so a conversation that I always have, and I always enjoy it, it never really gets boring, is, like I said at the start, the notion that, see, this is the tricky part, right? Because of course it's normal and natural for guys to be interested in women and want to get a girlfriend, or, guys want to be confident with women. I think that's just a built-in thing. Every man has it, from as young as I can remember. When you're young, you become aware that you're interested in women, and you want to be like, but it's just a natural thing that's built in us. I don't even think it's so much taught. It's just part of our DNA. It's a God-given thing. We're attracted to women, and we want to be, we want to build relationships, and that's not a bad thing. That's normal. Last time I checked, but where it can go for a lot of men, when they're struggling with their anxieties and their issues, they can get very obsessed with women and getting a girlfriend or dating many women, and that can become very unhealthy if you let it become unhealthy. So something that originally is healthy and natural and normal, which is wanting to get a girlfriend, wanting to speak to women, which is a normal thing, that can become an unhealthy obsession. And I've seen it so many times, where guys make their whole life, they put all their value, all their meaning into getting validation from women, and they want to be womanizers. And I'll just say this to you, right? Why do you think, like, so many people that are trying to be successful, let's use boxers, like most boxers, the ones that have self-destructed in their life and fallen off from being great or great champions, they've usually started getting involved with drink, drugs, and they've been womanizing. And any mentor that's got any common sense and wisdom will say to them, of course, there's nothing wrong with connecting with women, having a girlfriend, but womanizing and sleeping with lots of women and making that an obsession is going to ruin your mental health, right? I don't know all the reasons why, and we could get into that in another video about what people think, but from a moral standpoint, and I've done it, by the way, so I'm not judging anyone, and I learned that that's not what I want my life to be. That's not going to make me happy, because I tried it. And society does kind of miseducate men. Certain parts of it try to teach men, make men feel that if they sleep with lots of women, or if they have lots of beautiful women, it's going to make them feel special. It's going to make them feel good. But any man who's done that eventually will tell you that you end up miserable. Now, there's a line he says in Rocky, which is different, but I really relate to this, where he says, you wake up, you kind of wake up your whole life thinking you're a winner, but you're not, you're really a loser. And I kind of put that down in that same context, that going out and just pursuing just to sleep with loads of women, it's fun at the start. And I can speak from experience, because I did it in my young years, right? And I was pressured by society, but after doing it, it becomes empty, it becomes meaningless. It doesn't matter that the women are beautiful. It doesn't matter that you're having sex with lots of women. And that, obviously, that's enjoyable in the short run. But later on, you know, it's not everything in life. There are a lot more other things that are important. Health, diet, family, friends, a man's own purpose in life and passion. So usually, I attract the right clients. Obviously, it's a small part of my teaching where I help guys to get over their anxieties with speaking to women and build that confidence. But I remind them to not put their sole purpose into attracting women and dating women, getting loads of phone numbers, because you may get away with it for a while. And there'll be other guys out there that are not going to agree with me, and you're always going to get that, and that's their choice. Where they might be at the start of doing this one in the middle, where they're dating a lot of women. It's very validating for a man's ego. And if you're at a certain point of maturity and you're quite insecure and quite unconscious, then you're going to argue that you're right. You know, your ego is going to take over. But as you get more experience as a man, and you get more of an understanding about life, and you really put things into perspective as to what is really worth it, as opposed to trying to impress other people, you kind of come to the realization that the relationship is actually what lasts between you and a woman, like having a meaningful relationship, as opposed to just dating lots of women. And I'm not just talking about dating lots of women, I'm about guys who put all their eggs in one basket and they don't have an ambition. I've spoke to many guys that have come on calls with me to inquire about coaching. When I've said to them, can I just ask you a question? They said, yeah, sure. Like, what's your goal in life? I said, my goal? I don't have one. Are you happy in your job? No, I'm not happy in my job. Like, what is it you want to do? I don't know. But I just want to get women. I want women. I want women. I want women. And that's where you're going to go wrong. Because the majority of women, if they find that out about you, they probably will be freaked out. A lot of women won't want to date a man. I'm not saying all women, but lots of women will not want to date a man who's not happy in himself and just wants to womanize, just needs women, needs to go out and approach loads of women and rack up numbers and sleep with women. They're gonna, at some point, I think they're gonna lose respect for you. I think a lot of people will. Yeah, wise people will. But if you haven't got any ambition, and I remember dating my girlfriend years ago, it was wonderful. And I was in a great place, so we spoke a lot. And she was really supportive of what I did, when I was going out of her, which was the dating coaching. She really loved it, and she supported me and I supported her. That's why I was so successful. I do believe in that saying, every successful man, there's the truth in it. There is a great woman with him, vice versa. And she said to me, I just wouldn't go out of a guy that didn't have any ambition in life. He doesn't have to be a millionaire. He doesn't have to be a YouTuber or famous, but he just needs to have something in his life that he's passionate about. And that put a lot of things into perspective for me. And lots of women will say it. So obviously I can't tell you, you're your own man, but I'm doing my job. I'm teaching what I think's right, what I've learned, and what my clients seem to want. So I'm not saying that it's wrong to want to get a girlfriend and want to go on dates and want to have a good dating life. I never said that. That's fantastic. What I'm saying is, if you don't have something in your life that is separate from pursuing women, you're going to end up being a miserable man, and you do get mental health problems. We've seen it. I'm not the only one. I always try and learn from great men. And I mentioned boxing. So if it was a healthy thing, then great mentors would encourage their boxers to sleep with lots of women and go and womanize, but they tell them not to do that. Because if they do that, they're going to get beaten. Then they are not going to maintain that level of excellence, and that's in any area, even as a life coach or a confidence coach. So I guess it's a phase that a lot of men are going to maybe have to go through. And obviously a young man is, a lot of men at a certain point, and I don't take it personal, because I was like that as well. We're all ignorant. They're not going to listen to this message. They won't even be on this video now. That's okay. But this message is for people that they are going to appreciate it and is going to resonate. So let me give you an example of what I mean. So let's say you got a guy, single guy, depressed at the moment, fair enough, wants to go out and practice talking to women. He wants to get a woman, he wants to get a girlfriend or go on dates. He wants to be confident with women. No problem. I ain't got no problem with that. But he doesn't have a job. He doesn't have a passion. Doesn't go gym. Not doing it any. Or maybe he has a normal job, but he doesn't enjoy it. And puts all of his value in chasing women and getting women. Now, if he goes out and he gets rejected and he doesn't get a phone number and he doesn't sleep with any women and he doesn't get a girlfriend and he doesn't get good reaction from women, and he keeps doing that, and he keeps putting all of his happiness and emphasis and values and self-worth, he puts it in women and getting women and numbers and being validated by other men, because men, that comes with the male ego until you wisen up and if you want to grow up. And I went through that stage, so I'm not knocking anyone. I grew out of it where I wanted other men to see that I was getting women because I was insecure, of course, and it was an ego thing. So I wanted them to see me and know that I'm sleeping with women, I've got all these numbers. But you get to a certain point where you realize how miserable and how insecure that is, and you want to be better than that. And you want to, when you become more secure, you don't have to post up photos and show how many women you've got or talk about it. You have more class than that. You've got better integrity. And so if he's going out and getting rejected and he keeps doing that and he doesn't have any meaning or purpose, he doesn't have the understanding, he can get very mentally unwell over time. I know that sounds extreme, but it can happen. I've seen it so many times. So the idea is, when I work with my clients, a big part for them, and this is fantastic, is, and I always prioritize this, and most of my clients want this, so it works for me and them. They prioritize getting over their social anxiety and improving their life in general. Not just, let me just go out and approach women and be a womanizer and just have numbers and just do that forever. Because, you'll get miserable. And I've been approached by a lot of men who've said to me, I've been going out, been approaching, and yeah, I've slept with women dates, but I'm depressed, I'm lonely, I'm suffering. Because I've just said, it's because you don't have meaning. So the next question is, obviously, every guy's got is good at something. Like for me, see, the thing when I started out, a lot of you may not know this, maybe I should share it. Yes, I did go out and I spent a lot of hours approaching women and practicing, because I had such bad social phobia and shyness, and I wanted to overcome it. And I had a lot of fun doing it. It was challenging, but it did change my life. But at the same time, I had a purpose in life. I had two purposes. And the first one was starting a business and teaching other men. So I had that passion, and there was a lot of little departments within that purpose. So there was YouTube that I loved, and that gave me self-esteem, helping people, right? So I wasn't reliant just on going out and getting numbers from women. So if I didn't get a number from a woman, of course you get affected sometimes, you're human, but it wouldn't break me, because I'd go, that's fine. Now I would be excited about getting on my YouTube channel. I'll be excited about hanging out with my friends, spending time with my family. And for the most part, I've always loved gym. I've always boxed or weight trained or done some fitness. So my purpose in life and my passion has always been fitness, and I guess you can call it self-development or self-improvement. So I always had that to fall back on. I always felt that was my calling in life. Even when I was very young, I was shy at school, but I was quite a shy, confident, brave kid, if that makes sense. Bit of a contradiction. I used to help other kids that got bullied, so I naturally had that empathy. I naturally enjoyed. I've always enjoyed helping good people that are just good-hearted people. I've always loved doing that. And that was even before I was to become a dating coach, now a confidence coach. So I always feel that's my calling in life. I always kind of had, as much as I suffered growing up with low self-esteem, see, it sounds contradictory, but it's true. I always had some strength. My father brought me up. I had this confidence, and so I hope this is making sense to a lot of you. Don't confuse you. So when I first met I had girlfriends before, but my main girlfriend when I first was teaching and going out, and I actually approached her in Piccadilly. At the time I was with a friend, and he spoke to her friend, and we got talking. And I didn't know that I was going to fall in love with her, and she fell in love with me. I absolutely felt crazy for each other. And then it was real good. It's a real love story. And then I set my business up. But prior, when I was dating her, I was pursuing my dreams, and she was so supportive of what I did. She, brilliant girl, absolutely, like, so thankful for her. And I supported her, and she improved her life, and then we became, a successful couple. So I had that. So some guys might not know that. They might just think, oh, well, Johnny, he just went out. He's approached women. That's all he did. He didn't have other, but no, I had other things. And I had friends. And I was into comedy. So I'm trying to say, like, you have to have a life outside of approaching women and wanting to visit. Now, obviously, if you want to dismiss what I'm saying, it's your choice. Not going to offend me. So you might completely disagree with me. Fair enough, that's your life. But for those of you that are not happy and it makes sense what I'm saying, then I'm enjoying myself because I know that this is going to help you. And my clients seem to really appreciate this. And a lot of them, like one of you commented the other day, I didn't even talk to you yet, and you said, when you first subscribed to my channel, you subscribed for dating, for speaking to women, getting that. And then you said, you used, these are your own words. I think you said something along the lines of, you realize that you didn't really come on the channel for that. You've realized that you need to change your life. So for me, that's what my passion is. And that's why my message has evolved. It has been evolving for a long time. It's not just about helping guys to speak to women. That's just a small part of it. But some guys think, oh, that's all it is. And it isn't. That's not what I'm about. That doesn't motivate me anymore. That doesn't make me passionate. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's some guys that just teach that. So when you have happiness in yourself and you've got passions, or, like some guys, they know what they want to do. Like one of my clients, he's done 3 of my 6 weeks programs. He's fantastic. Like, he's starting his own business. He's going to become a coach. He's going to be going to coach guys on how to get over their anxiety with women. He's been doing my business program. So does that make sense, guys? So not only do women find a man more attractive who has a purpose in life, you're going to have a better mental health, in my opinion, and you'll actually get a better relationship with women. So obviously you can do the two. You can go out, if you're single and you have anxiety with women and you want to become more confident, and online dating doesn't, because online dating never worked for me, right? Again, no knock on online dating. It just doesn't work for me. All my clients, it doesn't work for. It doesn't work for a lot of men and women. If online dating isn't working and you're not someone who likes going to nightclubs and drinking, then the best thing, in my opinion, is the honest way, which is to be honest, respectful and ethical and speak to women in real life. And a lot of women haven't got a problem with that. Some have, but that's life. Sorry, I keep getting messages, I'm turning. So when you've got a passion and a goal, you're not needy, you're not desperate. Your value system, your sense of self-worth doesn't come from that. And I suppose everybody gets it from different places. Like for me, I think mine's made up of my faith, my values, and the things that I enjoy doing, which is being a confidence coach, being a teacher, and I, training. I've got many hobbies, man. I've got so many. I mean, would it help me if I share mine with a lot of you? It might give you ideas. Like YouTube's a passion of mine. I've been doing it for almost 10 years. Training's a passion of mine. I've been doing that for 20 years on and off all my life. Dieting, that's 3 passions. Public speaking, that's 4. Coaching, confidence coaching, dating coaching guys, life coaching them, that's 5. So I've already got 5 passions. I'm not saying you got to have 5. Even if you've got one is great. But I've got 5 passions that are outside of women. And I've always loved women. And I like dating, and I like having a relationship. But I have those things. And I like fashion as well. So 6. And then there's small things that I like, going to the park, comedy, 7. So I'm just finding loads of things. So I don't understand it when guys say, well, I can't think of what I like. I haven't got anything else. So you'll be a better man. You really will. Your energy will be better if you've got something in your life. I've seen it with clients. They do better with women than the ones that are like have a business and they love their business, or whatever it is, photography or charity, they've got something in their life that really gives them a sense of identity in a healthy way, and they put a lot of time into it, and it's very rewarding for them. They're passionate about it. When you come from that energy to speaking to a woman, it's a whole different energy. It's so much better, rather than the energy where you got nothing going in your life and you're depressed and you're desperate and you need approval from women. You need numbers. You need sleep. You're going to break down at some point. So basically, work on other areas of your life, and you can do the same. You can do it two at the same time. That's what I did when I was single and I had anxiety. As I said, but at the time when I met my girlfriend, I went out and I approached women. I spoke to women, and I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the process of that. But I also worked on my business on the side. Actually, not on the side. I worked on it for hours, and I went gym. So I had gym. I was building a business, coaching business, and I was speaking to women. And every area became successful. And then I met the girl. I obviously went on a lot of dates. I told you guys at a certain point. It's not something that I'm particularly proud of. It's not a claim to fame. And I actually learned. I don't think it's the right way to go about life, but I did it. You live and learn. I slept with lots of different women, and I wouldn't do that. That wouldn't motivate me now, especially not at my age. I'm more interested in a connection, a relationship. But I had to go through that. I had to go through that to grow up and get away from the pressures of society, which tells you should do that. Whatever. It tells you a lot of things that in the end you realise some of them are wrong. You're trying to live for other people's opinions, and that's just a losing battle in the end. So that's the point I wanted to make, and I would encourage guys to do it. And it's funny because whenever you're successful and happy, women seem to gravitate towards you anyway. As a man, you might even just meet a woman. But of course, you can get this weird grey area, which I've helped clients with it, where I've worked with some clients and encountered some guys that actually have got a really great life. Like they got a successful business, which is brilliant, or they're financially free, or they got their own apartment, or they go gym. They have a purpose in life, but they really struggle to speak to women. They have a lot of they have anxiety with women, and they're single. So they have money, they have a nice apartment, they're in good shape, they're good looking, but the fear. So that's when they do need coaching. They do need someone to take them out and help them to speak to women, because they've got no relationship. They're scared of rejection. But that's a bit more rarer. But those guys usually, as I said, those clients seem to attract women a lot quicker, because women are attracted to, and they can feel that the guy is in a good place in his life and he's successful. So I hope I've illustrated something that I've learned in the last 20 years, and especially with coaching and some of the things I've been through. So it's basically explaining that you shouldn't make your purpose in life meeting women and sleeping with women and getting numbers, unless that's what you want to do and you don't want to agree with what I'm saying. Then that's your choice. Fair enough. I'm not even going to argue with you. I won't even waste my time. I respect that. You're going to make your own decisions. You're your own man. If you want to be better in life, then I would find something that you love, whatever it is, boxing, business, whatever it may be, whatever means something to you that you love. All right. So I'm sure you can have some thoughts to leave in the comments, like, share, and if anybody wants to get coaching for speaking to women, send me an email. I do online coaching for dating, in person and online. If any of you need confidence coaching for life, and I get a lot of clients for that, you need a chat over Zoom or a 6 weeks program to work on social anxiety in general, get in touch. I cater for those things. All right. Hope you enjoyed the video. Fearless.